My name is Kyla Medista and my last student number is 085. Here, we would like to explain about morphological analysis exercises. Here we find verb-based and imperfective forms for a number of verbs in Tagalog, an Austronesian language spoken in the Philippines. Write a rule that shows how the imperfective is formed in Tagalog. Based on the verb pairs given, we can observe a consistent morphological pattern that marks the imperfective aspect in Tagalog. The imperfective form is created through two main processes. The first is prefixation. The prefix "ni" is added to the beginning of the verb. This prefix signals that this action is ongoing or repeated. The second is reduplication. After the prefix "ni", Tagalog normally reduplicates or repeats the first syllable of the verb base. This reduplicated syllable appears directly after "ni" and before the rest of the verb. Together, these two steps produce the imperfective meaning is doing X or is currently performing the action. For example, lagyan, to put in or on. The rule is ni plus la plus lagyan. Nilalagyan is putting in or on. Next is regaluhan, to give a present to. The rule is ni plus re plus regaluhan. Nire-regaluhan is giving a present to. Next is walisan, to sweep. The rule is ni plus wa plus walisan. Niwawalisan is sweeping. The Tagalog imperfective aspect is formed by adding the prefix "ni" to the verb base and then reduplicating the verb's first syllable. The prefix plus reduplication combination indicates that the action is ongoing or repetitive. Next, we move to the part B. In set B, the imperfective forms are lagyan, become linalagyan, regaluhan, become rineregaluhan, and walisan, become winawalisan. These forms are considered less preverb but still grammatical. The alternative rule, the imperfective can also be formed by taking the first vowel of the verb base and using it as the prefix instead of "ni", followed by reduplication of the first syllable. In other words, use li, ri, we instead of "ni", then reduplicate the first syllable of the verb base. So, the rule is verb base prefix plus reduplicated first syllable plus verb base. And next, what are two imperfective forms that you might expect from the verb stem yapakan step on? We apply both rules. The first rule is preverb imperfective using prefix ni plus ya plus yapakan become niya yapakan. And the next rule is less preverb imperfective using vowel-based prefix. The first vowel of yapakan is a, but the initial sound is ya. So, the vowel-based prefix follows the initial syllable pattern. Ya plus yapakan become yapakan. The two forms you should expect are niyayapakan and yapakan.
Hello everyone, my name is Atika Sarlimiana. My last student number is 097. I am going to explain the morphology of the Syrian Arabic verb that means eat. I'll go step by step from the root, the past tense, the present tense, and the word formation processes. Alright, the first one, identifying the root and basic stem. In Arabic, most verbs come from what we call a triliteral root, which means a root made of three consonants. The verb eat comes from the root glottal KL. From this root, Arabic builds different stems. The past stem is akal, meaning he ate. And then the present stem is akul because the vowels change the present tense. So we have root glottal KL and then past stem akal and then present stem akul. Alright, for past tense forms, the past tense is made by adding suffixes to the stem akal. Here are the forms. Akal means he ate. The segmentation, akal plus zero morpheme. Zero morpheme means no suffix, but it still marks as third singular masculine. And then the second example, aklet, means she ate. The segmentation, akal plus suffix te, and then why does it sound like aklet and not akalt? This happens because of a phonological rule in many Arabic dialects. When the suffix te is added, the final vowel a in akal is dropped to make pronunciation easier. The third example is akalu, means they ate. The segmentation akal plus suffix u. So suffix u in here means subject they. Fourth example, akalt means you ate. The segmentation akal plus suffix te. So suffix te means you but for masculine. Next, akalti means you ate. Same like before, but the differences is the segmentation akal plus suffix t. Suffix t means you but for female. So the last past tense example is akaltu, means you ate. The segmentation akal plus suffix tu. So suffix tu in here means you but for plural. So the summary of past tense form in Syrian Arabic are: zero morpheme is for third singular masculine, and then suffix te for third singular feminine or second singular masculine, and then suffix t for second singular feminine, and then suffix tu for second plural, and then suffix u for third plural. Next, for present tense forms. The present tense uses prefixes, sometimes suffixes, and a different vowel pattern in the stem. So, prefix be here as the present tense marker. For examples, biakul means he eats. Prefix be in here show the present tense, and then plus prefix ya means he plus akul as the root. Another example, betakul means she eats. The prefix be show the present tense plus prefix ta means she, and then akul is the verb root, means it. The next example is biaklu, means they eat. So be here shows that this is in the present tense, plus prefix ya means he, plus akal is the verb root, means it, and then plus suffix u. Suffix u in here show that this is a plural. So he becomes they. Next example is takli, means you eat. Be here show this is a present tense, plus suffix ta means you, plus akal means the verb root eat, plus suffix e means feminism for the subject you. Next, taklu means you eat. Be here show the present tense, plus suffix ta means you, plus akal means the verb root eat, plus suffix u means plural. So you in here is a plural. Next, imperative. Call means eat. The imperative is formed by removing the present prefix. Next, morphological processes. This data shows several word formation processes. From the first one is prefixation, adding prefix be, prefix ya, and prefix ta. And then second, suffixation, adding endings like suffix te, suffix t, suffix tu, suffix u, and suffix e. Then the third one, templatic, root and pattern morphology. The root, glottal KL, fits into different vowel templates. And then the fourth one, vowel alternation. The vowels inside the stem change from past to present. Next, the glottal stop insertion. A glottal appears when the stem begins with a vowel. And then the last one, imperative formation, removing the present prefix gives call. So, the conclusion for number 5 is Syrian Arabic verbs are formed using prefixes, suffixes, and internal vowel changes. These follow the typical Arabic root and pattern system, where the root glottal KL, meaning it, is placed into different templates and combined with affixes to express person, number, gender, and tense.
Hello everyone, my name is Fazia Alconita and the last 3 digits of my student ID is 031. I'm going to explain number 6. Below are the Latin verbs paradigm for the verbs love and warn in the future and perfect tenses. Identify the morphemes in each form, root, stem, suffixes, and discuss how the future and perfect tenses differ from one another and how the first and second conjugation verbs differ from one another. So we have two verbs, love and warn. Let's see the future tense first, conjugation. Amabo, I will love. Amabis, you will love. Amabit, he or she will love. Amabimus, we will love. Amabitis, you plural will love. Amabunt, they will love. From the pattern, we can see that ama is the stem, which means love. B is the marker for future tense, and O is it, imus, it is, und is the suffixes or personal endings. Now, let's see the second conjugation. As we can see, the future marker is still the same, B. Let's break it down. Monebo, I will warn. Monebis, you will warn. Monebit, he or she will warn. Monebimus, we will warn. Monebitis, you plural will warn. Monebunt, they will warn. We can see the pattern. Mone is the stem, B is the marker for future tense, and O is it, imus, it is, und is the suffixes or personal endings. So, from all the explanation, we can conclude that the general rule for future tense is stem plus B plus suffix. Now, let's analyze the perfect tense forms. Perfect forms of love. Amavi, I loved. Amavisti, you loved. Amavit, he or she loved. Amavimus, we loved. Amavistis, you plural loved. Amaverunt, they loved. Now we can see the pattern. Amav is the perfect tense of love. The perfect tense ending are I, isti, it, imus, istis, erunt. Now let's move to the second conjugation. Monui, I warned. Monuisti, you warned. Monuit, he or she warned. Monuimus, we warned. Monuistis, you plural warned. Monuerunt, they warned. Let's see the pattern. Monu is the perfect tense stem of warn. The perfect tense endings are the same as amav, which are I, isti, it, imus, istis, and erunt. From these patterns, we can conclude that the rule of perfect tense is perfect stem plus perfect suffix. Now that we already identify the morphemes in each form, let's discuss how the future and perfect tenses differ from one another. So, basically, future tense uses B as the marker for future tense, and the suffixes are O, is, it, imus, itis, and und. Perfect tense, on the other hand, doesn't have a marker like future tense and instead uses different stems. The suffixes are also different from the future ones. They are I, isti, it, imus, istis, and erunt. Lastly, let's discuss how the first and second conjugation verbs differ from one another. So they have different perfect stem formations. For ama, it becomes amav with V. For mone, it becomes monu. So the first adds V, the second changes A to U.
Hello everyone, my name is Nabila Putri Salsabila Ramadhani and my last student number is 081. In this video, I'm going to explain the morphological analysis for questions number 7. From the data shows two types of Dutch verbs. They are weak verbs and strong verbs. For the weak verb, they are ik werkte, means I work. Jij werkte means you work. Hij or zij werkte means he or she work. Wij werkten means we work. Jullie werkten means you as plural work. Zij werkten means they work. And for the strong verb, there are ich bond means I tied, jij bond means you tied, hij or zij bond means he or she tied, wij bonden means we tied, jullie bonden means you as plural tied, zij bonden means they tied. Alright, for A, the questions is discuss differences in the ways that weak and strong past tense are formed in Dutch. First, let's look at the weak verb werken. The past tense forms are werkte and werkten. Werkte for singular and werkten for the plural. The verb work doesn't change. The only change is the ending. Singular uses te and for the plural uses tent. So, weak verbs make the past tense by adding a suffix, and there is no vowel change inside the verb. Now, we look at the strong verb binden. The past tense singular is bond, and the vowel changes from I to O, from bind to bond. There is no suffix for the singular, and for the plural, the form is bonden, which is adds n to bond. So, strong verbs make the past tense by changing the vowel, and the plural adds "and". Alright, for B, the questions is, are the patterns of syncretism the same or different in the weak and strong forms? Syncretism means using one single verb form for different subjects. In the weak verb, all singular subjects like ich, jij, hij, and zij use the same form, which is werkte. And all plural subjects like wij, jullie, zij also use the same form, which is werkten. And the same thing happens in the strong verb. All singular subjects use a bond, and all plural subjects use abundant. So, even though weak and strong verbs form the past tense differently, the syncretism pattern is the same. All singular subjects share one form, and all plural subjects share one form.
Now, we move to the number 8. In these diagonal verbs, each word has two parts, a prefix and a verb root. The prefix tells what kind of object the action is done to, and the root tells the action itself. The prefix a means long object. For example, up, lay down a long object, anar, lower a long object, and amar, cover a long object. For the prefix to means mouth or sound or small quick actions. For example, to cut, bite off, chuyai, hum, and to sip, smoke. And for the prefix to means small round object. For example, to meet means hang a small round object, to put on a round object like a hat, or to mar cover a small object. Root meanings. Roots express the core action. Ab means lay or put. Cat means cut. Mat or mar means cover. Nar means lower. Pa means crack. Yai means hum. Mit means hang. Uf or ut means put on. Yam means put in sun. And sip means smoke. And quiz means chatter.
Alright, for the B, the questions is the process inflection or derivation. Inflection changes the form of a word for grammar, but it doesn't create a new word, while derivation creates a new word with a new meaning. From the data, the prefixes a, chu, and tu change the basic root meaning completely. For example, the root cut means to cut, but a cut means cutting long objects. To cut means a beating or cutting with the mouth. To cut means cutting small round objects. So it uses the same root, cut, but different prefixes like a, chu, and tu create different meaning. Because the meaning changes a lot and it doesn't mark tense or grammar, this process is derivation, not inflection.